NewsHour Special Edition.
Inputs coming in just now. We start with one. Riya Chakrabarti was grilled for 8.5 hours on the third consecutive day by the CBI today in Mumbai. But it seems she's not done yet. Sources are suggesting to Times Now that her answers left a lot to be desired. So the CBI has summoned her yet again tomorrow, calling her for another session of grilling for the fourth consecutive day tomorrow. It's not just her. People like Shruti Modi and aide Samuel Miranda were also questioned. However, it was Siddharth Pitani's statements today that caught everyone by surprise. His earlier claim was that Riya had destroyed all digital evidence. Today, he has apparently told the agencies that it was Sushant Singh Rajput himself who had asked him to wipe his hard drive clean soon after Disha Salyan's death. Times Now has also learned that the agencies are now digging deep into the drug cartel nexus after we had come up and exposed the chats between Riya and alleged drug dealers and peddlers. Siddhant and Wajullah both join me right now on the NewsHour Special Edition. Wajullah, to you first. 8.5 hours of grilling on the third consecutive day. Tomorrow again, Riya is likely to be called. Do we also expect the other two, that means Samuel Miranda as well as Shruti Modi, to be called tomorrow? We are also being told, Wajullah, that their answers haven't really satisfied the CBI's queries.
Well, yes, we've already told our viewers that Riya Chakrabarti will be called in again tomorrow for the fourth time. Today she was here for 8.5 hours and there were others also. Siddharth Pitani and Neeraj also were here. And the line of questioning basically has been the same for the last 3 days. They're concentrating more on the lifestyle of Sushant Singh, the last 2 days of Sushant Singh Rajput, what actually transpired on those 2 days, what actually transpired even after Riya left is what also is in the line of questioning. Apart from that, the financial angle also has been touched and the drug angle. Now, the reason why these questions have been repeated again and again is because of the inconsistencies that are there in the statement. So from what we've learned is that it will be on the same lines that the questioning will go on, because the CBI wants to piece together the inconsistencies that they are seeing in their statement. They are also comparing their statement to the statement that they've given to the Enforcement Directorate. So it now remains to be seen that for how many more days will the questioning go on and how long will it take for the CBI to come to the conclusion on what actually happened or what transpired on those last 2 days and what was actually the motive behind or was there any motive or was there not any motive, or what was actually the reason
Wajullah, stay on with us. We also have Siddhant joining us now. Siddhant, we understand that most of the lines of queries towards both Riya and Samuel Miranda and Siddharth Pitani, the CBI doesn't seem convinced that they're coming out with everything they know. Siddharth Pitani's revelation and his volte-face today, his U-turn, surprised many, even within the investigating team.
Well, you see, Athar, the point here is that CBI already has statements given by all these people to Mumbai police. Now, if they are going to recreate same before the CBI, this is not what CBI is exactly looking at. And this is perhaps the reason that we have been confirmed that tomorrow, again, for the fourth time, Riya Chakrabarti has been summoned. And she's going to come again to the CBI base camp. Now, tomorrow again, she will be confronted with Samuel Miranda and Siddharth Pitani. You see, Athar, CBI is investing more on Dipesh Sawant and Siddharth Pitani because we've also been confirmed that they have started testifying against Riya Chakrabarti. CBI is building this case block by block. First, they had started with Dipesh, Samuel Miranda, Neeraj, and now they have reached till Riya Chakrabarti. Now, other characters are still left, you see, Athar. If we talk about Indrajit,
speaking of other people who've contributed at least what they claim to be true, we have another damning claim today from none other than the ambulance attendant who drove Sushant Singh's body from his residence in Bandra to Cooper Hospital. He claims that he overheard doctors say that Sushant did not commit suicide but was murdered. Now, he also claims that these comments were made soon after the post-mortem or the autopsy was done. Will this particular account be taken in consideration with the CBI investigating the case? Will they, in fact, dig deeper into what this ambulance attendant has told Times Now? Here's a look at what he claims. Take a look.
11:30 बजे जब उसका पोस्टमार्टम हुआ, पोस्टमार्टम के बाद जब रिया चक्रवर्ती आई थी रात में सुबह 8 बजे, 8 बजे आने के बाद जब मैं उसके पीछे पीछे घुस के अंदर घुसा, उससे पहले मैंने सबको निशाने देख लिया। निशाने देखने के बाद वो माफ़ी वाफ़ी मांगी, सॉरी बोली सुशांत।
तुम्हारे सामने सॉरी बोली थी?
जी, मेरे सामने सुशांत सॉरी बोली थी और 2 आदमी खड़े थे। उसके बाद मेरे को बाहर भेज दिए। फिर डॉक्टरों की कुछ बात हो रही थी तो डॉक्टर एकदम सूम में बोल रहे थे कि ये मर्डर है। तो मैं सुना अपने कानों से और उसके बाद मैंने किसको कुछ बोला ना पुलिस को बोला।
पोस्टमार्टम के अंदर के डॉक्टर्स बोल रहे थे कि ये मर्डर है?
जी, मर्डर है बोल रहे थे। जब मैं पुलिस को नहीं बोला ना किसको भी नहीं बोला, किसको भी नहीं बोला, मैं चुप अपना बाहर आ गया। मीडिया भी बहुत बाहर खड़ी थी, चुप अपना बाहर आया। फिर किस संसार तक मैं वहाँ तक गया था, वहाँ से जाके मैं फिर देखा था एकदम निशाने है अंदर पोस्टमार्टम के, इधर सुइयों के निशाने थे, तलवे के नीचे सुइयों के निशान थे। देख के फिर जब भी मैंने एकदम दिल में छुपा लिया था कि मैं किसको भी नहीं बोलूँगा।
तो तुम पोस्टमार्टम के रूम में थे, रिया चक्रवर्ती अंदर पोस्टमार्टम रूम में कितना टाइम थी, क्या हुआ उधर, थोड़ा विस्तार में बताएंगे?
वो आई थी, वो अंदर जाने की कोशिश कर रही थी, तो वो अंदर जाने के बाद मैं भी गर्दी में अंदर घुस गया। अंदर घुस गया था। अंदर घुसने के बाद रिवा चतुरी सॉरी बोल रही थी। जब मैंने निशाने भी देख लिया था सब खोल के, और यहाँ टेप ऐसा चिपके था, वो पोस्टमार्टम का ही टेप होएगा, उसका मेरे को इतना इशू नहीं है, पोस्टमार्टम का ही टेप होएगा और सब कुछ होएगा। उस वजह से मैंने सब देख के अपना बाहर आ गया।
डॉक्टर ने बोला ये मर्डर है, तो आपको भी ऐसा कुछ लगा था?
हमको तो ऐसा लगा था, मर्डर ही लग रहा था।
क्यों लगा था?
फांसी लेगा तो आदमी जबान बाहर आएगी, पीली बॉडी नहीं पड़ेगी, टांग कैसा टूटेगी, हमको तो ऐसे ही लगा ना सर, हम तो इसके लिए बता रहे हैं।
All right, joining us right now is Rajiv Pandey, advocate and spokesperson of the BJP. Roshan Gary joins us, director and friend of Sushant Singh Rajput. Priyanka Tibrewal is an advocate. Ashok M. Saraugi joins us. He is representing Shruti Modi. He is the lawyer for Shruti Modi. Ashish Dikshit, also a lawyer, joins us. Rahul Ishwar and Ketan Vaidya, senior journalist, joins us. Thank you all for being with us. Let me start with Ashok M. Saraugi before I go to anybody else. Mr. Saraugi, thank you for being with us. First of all, you're representing Shruti Modi, and we understand that there are many questions asked of you and your client. The fact that people from the very beginning of this investigation have started saying that Riya and Shruti Modi acted as a team in whatever they did. Do you believe the allegations against accused number 1, who happens to be Riya Chakrabarti in this particular case, do they hold water, given the fact there are many inconsistencies that the agencies have also zeroed in on?
You see, I don't believe all those gossips which are going on. As far as my client is concerned, she was in job from July 2019 to February 2020. And only as an employee she got various information, nothing beyond that, because she was only required to perform whatever work is assigned to her. Now, as far as all these gossips which are going on about the financial aspects, etc., now the only thing which they could detect is that some expenses being made by Riya or on behalf of Riya or her brother. Now I am told that they have been living like husband and wife, or even if we take that they had a live-in relationship, then also if the boy spends on the girl, it's not a compulsion but out of love and affection, and therefore
but Mr. Saraugi,
no fault could be found
you
with the
don't
girl
agree.
If any such expenses
You
are
don't
being
agree
made.
that there are people who've come forth, including Sushant's family, who suggest that Riya took over the operation, if I could use that phrase, of the day-to-day running of Sushant's life, not just the financial part of it, but also the personal and the business aspect of it, and Shruti Modi, your client, helped Riya achieve that goal. That's what the Sushant family is claiming.
No, I'll clarify. Only because somebody is residing with Sushant and not in any other capacity but as a life partner. If that being so, obviously she is concerned with all the affairs of Sushant, and if she has done so, then no fault could be found. Now,
But
as far
Mr.
as,
Saraugi,
my
again,
client is
even if I
concerned,
take your
she
words
was
at
only a
face value,
business
sir,
manager.
with all due respect, sir,
Yeah.
even if I take your explanation at face value, Riya Chakrabarti at one point in the investigation said, I had nothing to do with
Yeah.
the financials of Mr. Sushant Singh Rajput. It has come to the fore now. Times Now has those audio tapes that she was not only part of meetings where financial aspects of his business and his property were discussed, she was actively participating in it, and also the fact that these particular tapes indicate that they were secretly recorded. So is there not an inconsistency in what Rhea Chakrabarti is saying, that she wasn't part of anything financial? Then this tape comes out where this is being secretly recorded, where Sushant Singh Rajput is discussing the state of his financials with Rhea actively advising him along with her father. This is on record. This is not gossip.
You see, I'll tell you, that meeting was called somewhere on 11 January 2020 or maybe 12th of January 2020. The meeting was attended by Sushant himself. It was attended by an advocate by name Priyanka. It was attended by a chartered accountant by name Sandeep Sridhar. It was attended by Rhea, and it was also attended by Mr. Indrajit, the father of Rhea. Now, Sushant himself was not keeping well. Rather, he was not comfortable with the film industry, and he was a very ambitious person.
No, we all see. Look, I'm just asking you, sir, on a point of fact, sir. We know exactly when the taping was done or the meeting was done and who all were there. My question is, if Rhea Chakrabarti claims that she had nothing to do with the financials of Mr. Rajput and never advised him or interfered, this tape proves otherwise, which points to an inconsistency in her story. Hence the question to you, do you not then believe other insinuations, and I'm calling them insinuations because that's all they are right now, allegations and insinuations, don't they hold any water?
No, this tape only show suggestions made by each of the parties as to, in the given situation, what best can be done. And that is what everybody, when you are called in the meeting, then everybody has got a right to give suggestions. So these were all suggestions by each of the party, by the advocates, by the chartered accountant, by Rhea, and then by Sushant himself, by asking various questions as to what happens if I form the trust, who will have the control, etc., etc. So this was a fair discussion between them. Nothing beyond that, so it can be said that Rhea
so you're
was
calling
trying
them
to control
suggestions,
everything.
sir. Let me just read out a couple of lines from it. You know, this could be interpreted in a lot of ways. You can call it a suggestions, perhaps somebody else might not. And I'm asking you, before I open this up to our other guests as well, they want to come in as well, Mr. Sarogi. I want to ask you one more question about the client. Now, Shruti Modi, you say, was just an employee following directions from her employers as well. Is it not true that towards the end, all directions came from Rhea Chakrabarti, not Sushant himself?
No, that was when she joined the services, when for the first time Rhea gave some instructions, she confirmed from Sushant whether I should take the instructions from madam. And Sushant said, yes, you can take. And therefore she has taken, and whatever she used to do, ultimately she used to inform Sushant. Now, as far as financial aspects are concerned, coming back to the same topic, when this meeting was called, before that, Sushant wanted to know what he is holding. And therefore, all the accounts were called for, and I have got the details of the account. The principal amount, major amount, was with Kotak Bank, where his sister was the nominee. So, if that being so, like the amounts were with HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, ICICI Prudential, HDFC Bank, Aditya Birla, Sun Life Care, etc., etc. I have got the exact figures up to 11/1/2020 because for the purpose of meeting, all these figures were called for. And Sushant wanted to know as to how much money he is having and how can he secure himself. And that is the whole idea of that meeting.
Okay. Now, I want to open this up now for our other guests as well. Here's the version of somebody who represents Shruti Modi, who, by the way, is also being questioned, was questioned again today. Priyanka Tibrewal, let's start off with you. This is a lawyer representing his client. Fair enough. He has his rights and he can, of course, say what he wants to. But others don't see it. Others don't interpret it that way. It's not as cut and dry, not as simple as Mr. Sarogi has told us. Would that be a fair assessment?
See, I would like to say that there are more and more revelations each day. And what I personally believe is that you can't be cunning and innocent at the same time. So for Ms. Shruti Modi, I would not like to speak much because the investigation is going on, and since she is not the prime suspect is Riya Chakrabarti. But the question which comes to the mind is, even though Shruti was working, she was hired for Sushant. So she had certain responsibilities towards Sushant. So when she was being guided by Riya to do each and everything, did she reveal about this to someone else? And even when
but
after
Priyanka, as Mr.
everything is
Sarogi has
over, now
said,
when the
according to
investigation
According
started.
to him, Priyanka, his client did in fact check with Sushant and he gave her the go-ahead. And even after she took direction from Riya Chakrabarti, according to the lawyer of Shruti Modi on this program, she always used to keep Sushant in the loop. That's, of course, the lawyer's version. Now, if that is correct and is
She
proved to be
used to
correct, I have
keep-
no
yeah,
problem
of
with it. Yes, Priyanka.
No, but see, the intentions should be questioned. When Sushant, when we all heard that he was not there anymore, did she reveal anything about this thing that Riya was giving her all these guidelines and what Riya was asking her to do? Did she speak to the family for once? Because Sushant wasn't there anymore. Did it not strike her that now since Riya is the prime accused and things are coming out like this, did she speak for once to the family? So intentions has to be questioned, and CBI is doing their work.
And questioning is
Because
on,
you
as
see,
we
have
know.
seen Riya
Roshan
has
Gary.
answers for everything.
Oh, fair enough. Roshan Gary
Yes.
is a friend who knew Sushant personally. You're a director as well. What do you make of what Shruti Modi's lawyer has told us, and also the fact that the inconsistencies in Siddharth Pithani's first admission to the police, then the ED, now the CBI, he seems to have changed his tune about the hard disk. Where are you at this point, Roshan Gary?
Everything is getting more murkier and more fishier. You know, every day there is a new version coming out, and including Shruti Modi as well as Riya. You know, she says something else and she then changes her own statement. She lies onto it. Like, even if we say about Shruti Modi, like Priyanka said, absolutely. Did she inform the family? Wasn't it her responsibility that she was employed by Sushant Singh Rajput, whom she was working for? So if there was something which was not right, it was her duty that after Sushant passed away, she should have informed. She did not do anything like that. You know, absolutely not. And apart from that, if we talk about this tape, this recording which is coming out, in which there is one line where Riya says, you know, we should not allow people to take advantage. What does she mean by people? Whom is she trying to call people? Is it Sushant's family, from whom she's trying to take away everything? Is it Sushant's close friend, whom it is true, she cut off from all the friends of Sushant? So what is she trying to do? She's trying to have the whole control over herself on everything.
Again, all these are
That is what
allegations
she's
at this
doing.
point. Fair enough. Roshan Gary, you feel very strongly about it. Rahul Ishwar wants to come in. After I talk to Rahul, I'll want to go across to Ashish Dikshit and Rajiv Pandya. Rahul, go ahead.
Acts of Shruti Modi on November 26, 2019, informing Neetu Singh, and also the prescription details has come out. So that means the family had known about the actor's health. And there is also in public domain today the own audio clip of Sushant Singh saying that he had some issues with mental health. So let us see things in perspective. Let us not have a one-sided kind of a narrative where Riya is always painted the black magic villain.
Right now, that audio is not being checked by the government forensic.
Definitely,
that
the CBI
audio
and the agencies
does
should
not
inquire about that
hold
audio
anything.
too. Please trust
Whether it is
Sushant's
Sushant's
voice
voice or not.
If it is not
So
Sushant's voice,
don't
it is
try
up
to
the
say that
agencies
is Sushant
to
talking
inquire
there.
and say that it is not Sushant's voice. So when Sushant himself is saying he had some issues with mental health, then he had been recordically admitted in hospital with psychiatrist.
As far as that,
First of all,
Okay, one second. Roshan, let the man finish his point. I'll come back to each and every one of you. I think what Rahul is trying to say. One second, please. One second.
I'll just take one more line.
Yes.
When Sushant's own voice admits that he had issues with mental health, when Sushant has a record of being admitted with doctors.
Okay, one second. And now I believe what Rahul is trying to say, Roshan, is that the same way everything is up in the realm of speculation, whatever's being said about Riya or Shruti Modi or whoever else, till the investigation agency completes.
Tell me something, these doctors which Rahul is talking about, did this doctor inform Sushant's parents, Sushant's family about his illness, about his mental status? How can they inform a girlfriend who's with him, who's just with him since 1 year? they are informing
Modi
everything
informed
about
his
his
sister.
mental status
What
to
such
the
as-
girlfriend
And I mean-
and not to the family.
And moreover, you know,
They
heights
are
of
not calling
innocence.
the
Look,
family.
there is a
You
grey
have
area
to
here,
be
Roshan. Let's not jump to
responsible.
conclusions here. Give me a second to explain to you how doctor-patient confidentiality works. I believe there is a grey area here. If you have a live-in partner who does legally have the status of somebody you're married to, that's by order of the Supreme Court nonetheless. I believe the doctor would take that into consideration. But I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't know. But I wouldn't speculate either. One second. Before I go back to
And
Mr.
which-
Saraugi. Before I go back to Mr.
Just a
Saraugi. Priyanka
question,
Tibriwala, I know I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you. But first, very
Partner
quickly,
who's living
I want
with
to
you
take a
records
couple
your
of
voices and
questions
audios.
from Ashit Dikshit as well as
Exactly.
as well as
Priyanka,
Rajiv
absolutely.
Pandey,
Which living
as well as
partner?
Rajiv Pandey. Now
Please,
calm down,
let me
please. I'll come back to you.
Which living partner does
Ladies, I'll
that?
come back to you. Just give me a second here to moderate. I'll come back to you. We have enough time,
Is this
please.
the kind of living partner?
No, fair enough, fair enough. All I'm trying to point out is if two people are living together, by order of the Supreme Court, they have the right to live as a married couple, even if they're not married. So any
But tell me
rights a
something.
wife, a married wife has,
My
a live-in
point is,
partner has.
Did the doctors try to get in touch with the family? Did the doctors do that?
gives
Don't you
right
think
to
it is
both
the
of them?
doctor's responsibility
Can we
when a
respect
person
the privacy of a
when a
couple
person got
and their right to share
inform
things
the
with each
family?
other?
Yes, okay. Now give me a second. We have some live callers on the line. Before I go to Rajiv and Ashish, we'll take Dr. Ravi, who's calling in right now. First caller. Dr. Ravi, please go ahead. Keep the language civil, please. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Dr. Ravichandran.
Yes.
I just want to tell Rahul Ishwar that whenever there is a patient with depression along with drug intake, the prescription will say dual jeopardy. That is, he has to be admitted, he has to be given proper guidance, and he cannot be given just one-line prescription which doesn't have a signature with a seal. And this is totally a fabricated one which is trying to push in. So a patient with depression along with drug intake, whoever goes to the doctor has to tell the doctor that the drug is involved. It's a double treatment. You can't have one treatment and then go on telling everybody. it's
So
only a
you're
depression,
raising
depression.
aspersions, you're casting aspersions, Dr. Ravichandran, on the prescription itself. Is that right? Dr. Ravichandran? All right, we seem to have lost that caller. We'll try and get more. In the meantime, Rajiv Pandey, before I go to Ashish Dikshit on this, there is again third straight day today where Riya Chakrabarti was questioned along with Samuel Miranda, with Shruti Modi, Siddharth Pithani. Tomorrow, I believe, another day of intense grilling, we are being told, of Riya Chakrabarti. We are taking some callers also, Ashish and Rajiv. So give me another moment with a caller from Muscat right now. Anamika is calling in. Anamika, what's your view on this?
Yeah, I have heard the audio clip today.
Yes.
And I found that, Riya is not a married to Sushant. So basically within 1 year of relationship, the girlfriend is too much into his financials more than his, and Sushant is, maybe even he has agreed in some video that he is mentally ill or something, but he has been made to believe that he has been mentally ill because of she's been like, whatever the proofs are coming online on media and all. So
All right.
we don't believe that basically she was doing something good for him. Basically she was trying to control over everything, which is the right choice.
Again, everybody has a different relationship. I would suggest to people that let's not speculate about what really went on between those two. They were partners, and that's a fact. However, they used to navigate the relationship was between the two of them, and I believe that's the way to look at it. Hardik is the next caller from Pune. Hardik, go ahead.
Yeah, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, so did Sushant had a depression history as it's claimed since 2013, right? And it supposedly her sister Shweta Singh Kirti had posted the depression theory about Sushant, right? And then she deleted her Facebook post, as well as she was into the business of her depression ashram on her mother's account, right? Depression account. So should we believe that, or we should believe this self-declared, self-claimed experts which are coming on your channel and talking about.
I think Hardik, the safest way would be to wait and watch the investigation and keep speculations to oneself. I believe we have to cover it. That's why we're doing it. We speculate as little as possible. Wait for the investigation to get over. Thank you for calling in. Vishwanathan from Hyderabad is our next caller. Vishwanathan, are you on the line? Okay, we don't have Vishwanath. We have Augustine from Kochi. Go ahead, Augustine. Do we have Augustine? If you don't, we'll just stop the calls for a second. I want to go to Rajiv Pandey here. Rajiv Pandey, come in here. Fourth intense day tomorrow of grilling. This case is stretching, but this is one of those cases where nothing can be left to chance. There is way too much swirling around in terms of insinuations, allegations, as well as half-truths.
Athar, during the show or before the show, what I was watching on your channel, two things have come out. We have debated this issue earlier also. One thing is that Siddharth Pithani, there is an inconsistency in the statement. If there is inconsistency in the statement of Siddharth Pithani, who has given a statement to Mumbai Police as well as ED and now CBI, so CBI will look into that how to get the right thing. If he has said two things at two places, then custodial interrogation is required. That is my first submission. Second point, Saravgi ji is saying that these are all gossip. In the legal terms, I agree with him. But what has happened? Riya Chakravarti has given a statement to Mumbai Police, to ED and now CBI, and she has given an interview to all the channels who have interviewed him, almost all the channels except few. So all these statements now are before CBI. The psychological analysis must be a person, like I'm a lawyer and I'm an actor. If somebody is speaking something, then I have to look inside whether that is truth or wrong. So all these statements, which looks like today as a gossip, but will have a bearing on the case. If tomorrow anything comes that there is an inconsistency in the statements given by Riya Chakravarti, then there will be issues and CBI or any other agency may go for custodial.
And Rajiv, believe me, we want to discuss the inconsistencies. We do want to discuss the inconsistencies, but I have to take a very short break, Rajiv. I'll come back. When I come back, I also want to touch upon the drug cartel angle, the drug supplying angle, and the drugs that come up in the chats that have been exposed. Also, the fact that this particular meeting was secretly taped. Why and by whom? That's a question that we need to answer and look for answers for. That's after the break. Please stay with us. Ashish Dikshit, Ketan Vaidya are coming straight to you after the break. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition.
We are back, and before the break, I promised I'd go to Ketan Vaidya and Ashish Dikshit. Ketan, we've seen so much written and debated about this. The fact that most of it is in the realm of speculation, insinuation, allegation, but there are inconsistencies that we just cannot overlook. There are facts that news channels like Times Now have brought forward that people might be uncomfortable with, but they are facts in black and white nonetheless. All that has to be investigated, and the inconsistencies have to be investigated too. Now that nobody has a problem with. If anybody does, then they're perhaps not really doing any justice.
So clearly the case right now is becoming multi-layered. There are accusations,
insinuations. Many people are coming forward with their statements and all that. But I think this music among this cacophony is the fact that Riya has come forward and given the interview. Now the interview or the intent of the interviewer can be criticized. However, now, and I'm not here defend or attack Riya, but the interview has given us a set of reference points, and tomorrow when there is questioning, tomorrow when there is interrogation, and tomorrow when new stumble out, like the drug chats that Times Now came out with, then there will be a lot of answering that Riya has to do. And if there are any inconsistencies between what she has said to the different anchors on the news channels and what emerges out, that could be a problem situation. And clearly, as per the Supreme Court orders, the scope of the trial has been expanded now. So the look into suicide angle, commitment to suicide, and also alleged murder. And on all this
front, Riya has to do answering in terms of drugs, in terms of the relations with the Sushant family, money trail, and Sushant's mental state. So that hence Riya's interrogation is stretching so far. So I think despite new proofs coming out every day, especially on the drug front, and some solid proofs coming, some inconsistencies is what is going to determine the fate of the case in the next 2-3 days.
Fair enough. Ashish Dikshit, same question to you.
See, Athar, no one can doubt that there should be an investigation or there should be an open investigation. But the difficulty arises in a situation when an investigation is directed towards a particular person. For example, in this case, what is happening? The entire investigation by media houses is in a way that Riya is guilty. That is the whole difficulty. Now what has happened when the CBI has taken over? CBI is investigating this matter from 6th of August and from 19th they are in Mumbai. Even after 10 days, nothing has been discovered or evidence has come on record. We may speculate on different news channels that yes, this is a WhatsApp chat, there is a drug cartel and there is involvement, all other things. But let's step back and look what has come on record. Has ED found anything? Has CBI found anything? Or now, for example, now NCB
but the
is
investigation,
also there.
Ashish, is underway. It's barely begun. It's barely begun. It's unfair to expect overnight results.
Rehan, no. Athar, what is the progress? We have to see the progress. 20 days, we have to at least ask. If we want justice for Sushant, we must ask what is the progress. From Mumbai police, we wanted each day update, but from CBI, we are saying let them have more time. What is the update? What evidence has been gathered, either against Riya or against someone? There should be something. Each day, some material is leaked in media. This shows that investigation is not on right track. Because let me tell you as a lawyer, when investigation is not going right, only then the police chooses a strategy of releasing something in media or leaking it out.
So you're
Because
doubting the agencies, Ashish, you're doubting the intent of the CBI as well as the ED as well as the other investigating agency?
Yes, they will go to the court.
Are you doubting their intent?
Why nothing has come on record? Yes, because nothing. See, after 6th August CBI FIR, before that ED FIR, we are today on the last day of August. What is the status of this case?
Okay, Priyanka Tibrewal wants to come in, as does Ashok Saraogi, but I have to take another very short break. When I come back I'll come back to both of you. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition.
On to some more angles here. Times Now has accessed a 35-minute audio recording of Sushant Singh Rajput meeting with his associates discussing his finances. Riya, her father, Sushant's CA were all part of this meeting held in January earlier this year. The conversations were taped in an apparently appalling breach of Sushant's privacy. The big question is now, are there more such allegedly secret recordings in Riya's possession? Take a look. In fact, before we go to that, we'll go across to Mr. Saraogi again and then go back to Priyanka Tibrewal. Mr. Saraogi, I meant to ask you this earlier as well. Don't you think at the very least, Mr. Saraogi, no insinuations, no allegations here, it's a valid question I'm asking you. If the audio tape of a meeting exists, which you concede that it exists, and it's in the public domain now, this meeting was with his lawyer, his CA, etc., etc. Was it or was it not taped in secrecy? What was the need to tape it and who taped it?
I have got the original taping with me, but I cannot disclose who has done it and
Why
for
not?
what purpose it has been done.
Why not, sir?
But I must say that the original recording is with me. It was available with ED because again the investigation is ongoing, and as far as the authenticity is concerned, definitely I confirm it. Now there was a question why my client has not informed the family members. She left the services in the month of February. That too, she met with an accident, and thereafter she was made to leave the office of Sushant because she has undergone an operation. Now 70 employees are working with me. Are they supposed to report each and everything of mine to my family members?
Mr. Saraogi, all that is well, but since you say you can't disclose it, why it was taped, who at whose behest it was taped, I believe that's a question that we need to answer.
These members are not working with Sushant. She was the only manager of Sushant.
That has been.
You mean to say she did not inform the family members?
And it is not that he has died under normal circumstances.
Certainly not.
They're saying, you guys are saying, and
If I am residing separately from my family.
in a very mentally bad situation. So it is not needed that the family should have been informed.
Again, I want to ask, one second, Priyanka Tibrewal, I want to come to you right now. Don't you think it's a valid enough question? One second, please, one at a time. Priyanka Tibrewal, in the tape it seems clear Rhea did have some sort of a say in Sushant's decision making in whether buying a property or considering it, even making financial investments, by the way. Does this not falsify, and I know that's a strong word, does it not falsify Rhea's earlier claims in her interviews, etc., how Sushant used to take his own decisions without her interference?
Absolutely.
See, every time we have seen that Rhea's statements are very contradictory in nature. Whatever she says in another interview, after some time she changes. Now, first of all, there are just 2 points which I like to place. One is I'd like to reply to what Mr. Rahul Ishwar just said, that on the audio that, Sushant is admitting there is an admission of being bipolar. Well, sir, we do not know the circumstances. We do not know when and how this audio was recorded, whether Sushant was drugged or not, whether he was made to find a black cat in the dark room. We do not know. So we should not, we doubt the authenticity of this audio, first of all. And secondly, when you are a life partner, you are staying with him, why do you do an audio without his knowledge? Did he know about the audio being recorded?
Rahul will reply.
No.
Respond.
Already come out. The explanation has already come out from her team, pointing out it is for the ease of remembering that they recorded rather than writing it down. Anyway, we all concede and all can understand it is Sushant's wife.
I am so glad with the explanation. I want to ask a few more things. Mr. Ishwar, I am loving your explanation. You know how intelligent Rhea was, that she has stored the WhatsApp text of Sushant where he is calling her, oh baby, oh lovely bubbly. She's keeping all that, but she doesn't keep the drug conversation. Why did she delete that if she was innocent? She keeps her ticket to Europe because she knew that some or the other day she will need to show that ticket. But she doesn't keep the records of Sushant buying or purchasing things for her. Why? She keeps the record of paying 33,000 as a partner in the company. She keeps the proof of paying 33,000 in a company, but doesn't keep record of other expenses.
Okay.
Intelligently.
But also, Rahul, let me ask you another follow-up question before I go to my other guests. I have to start rounding up. Rahul, here's a simple question for you. Rahul Ishwar, does this not imply that at least claims that Rhea made about Sushant's mental health or his financial dealings on one hand or the other, this inconsistency and this volte-face provided by facts, of course, these two don't seem to match. It is very clear by the audio tape, if it is genuine, that she's not only having an active say in what Sushant should invest in or not, she's also talking about how he needs to be protected from certain people. Now, that could mean anything. I'm not insinuating she meant his family, but should this not be further investigated? And does this not point the finger of suspicion slightly more towards Rhea? And I'm not implying any guilt here. I'm just saying, should this not be probed further?
This should be subjected to investigation. The team, the CBI team and the other investigative teams should take this audio, verify the veracity and definitely ask these questions. Because right now we can hear Sushant himself speaking about his own issues. So this should be definitely taken into account for the whole narrative building. This is a very important piece of information because the prime person, the Sushant himself is speaking, and Rhea being a living partner will have some say for sure. But she only meant she didn't have the final say or the critical say. Being a living partner, being a girlfriend, she will definitely have some say when the conversation is going on. So
Okay. I need to take another short break now. We'll come right back with more on this. I have one last question for Rajiv Pandey and Roshan Gary, if we have the time, but we have to take a short break right now. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition.
We are back with 2.5 minutes left, so 30 seconds to each one. Starting with you, Roshan Gary. In the tapes it said, and Sushant says purportedly, his voice, it says, this is not for any economic gains, that as per my current frame of mind, one day I feel something, the next day I feel completely different about it. I cannot be wasting everyone's time. Now, if Rhea has claimed during the investigation that he had certain issues, does this not tape and his voice recording not bear her out?
No.
Why not?
Because in that conversation, the people all around, we don't even know what was the frame of mind of Sushant at that point. We don't even know in what state he was when he was talking all this. And apart from that,
Oh, he's meeting his lawyer. What kind of state do you think he was in?
It is also important to understand that a live-in partner who's staying with him and telling him every day, oh baby, I think you have a mental problem. Oh baby, I think you are depressed. You know, if you say it to your loved ones or anyone with whom you're staying every day, the person might also start thinking, oh, is it something like that? Oh, you know, you're doing like this, so this has an issue. This is why you're doing it like this. You know, this is the whole
No, but that's, again, you weren't there, I wasn't there. We can only speculate. But I understand you feel very strongly about the case. I understand. I have to quickly go across to other guests. Ashish Dikshit, then Ketan Vaidya. Will end with Mr. Saraogi if we have the time. Ashish Dikshit, very quickly, 30 seconds to you. Closing statement.
Athar, see, the whole difficulty is that we are not ready to have an open mind. People on who are supporting Sushant are not even ready to believe that yes, this tape may exist. No one is saying that this is an unimpeachable truth, but yes, this is something which must be investigated. Outright rejection of anything which does not suit your own cause is not going to serve any purpose. The tape is there, it should be investigated, it shows the direction in the investigation.
Fair enough. Priyanka wants to come in, then Rahul Ishwar will end the debate after that. Priyanka Tibrewal.
I just want to respond to Ashish to the 2 points which he has made earlier about the media houses and then about the CBI investigation. Well, for the media houses, Mr. Ashish, nobody is doing the witch hunt. Media is doing its role. They are not saying that Riya is an accused. They are just saying that she is a prime accused in the case. They are not calling her a convict. As far as the CBI goes, well, 65 days you don't question the Mumbai police. You don't question that with an ADR, no FIR. But in 10 days you want result from the CBI. Now this is heights of hypocrisy.
Okay, Rahul Ishwar, very quickly, closing comments on this.
Just one line. We shouldn't fall victim to our own confirmation bias. What we need is truth and justice, because only when real facts come out, there will be justice to Sushant. Let us keep an open mind. Let us not be prejudiced either way.
Okay, at the end, I would only like to say that this is an emotive issue. It's a very, very keenly followed story. At the end of the day, everybody is innocent till they are proven guilty in a court of law, and we should never forget that. We as journalists, you as panelists, and those watching as well, unless something is proved in court, I believe anyone accused is guilty till proven otherwise. Thank you for joining us. All of you, Rajiv Pandey, Roshan Gary, Priyanka Tibrewal, Ashok Saraogi, Ashish Dikshit, Rahul Ishwar, Ketan Vaidya, all the callers who called in. Thank you for joining us. My name is Athar Khan. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching.